Gotta come through my OG mode, this bitch.
I'm watching in plain view, caught up and tangled in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. Now you're an angel, but street life it trained you. Don't listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you. Take a breather, nice and slow. I know it feel like they got the eyes in the skull. Fire balance on tightrope. Trying to get the grip, you and I can go. So come and smell the roses. You can have it all if you focus. House really flowing lovely, but first they gotta touch me, yeah. Baby, when I let get cold, superficial people in your life get cold. Same one say I hit you right back out. Told you they wasn't on the right track, so but I kinda like that though. Ain't no distraction, get just right back down. Think you wanna fight back, so let me shut up.
I'm talking in circles, I'm watching in plain view. Been tangled in the web of the world. Wish I could save you. We're an angel, street light that trained you. Baby, this the ancestors talking. Gang. This the ancestors talking. Gang, gang, gang. Mo. Hey.
Something I adopted. If they want fascinate, then they flip like an omelet. Environment toxic. I can't breathe. Niggas make me nauseous. Ew. Get the Gucci outfits. Get a couple outfits, bags in the boxes. Find them in the comments.
We shine like diamonds, yeah.
Baby, when I get cold.
Superficially in your life can go.
Same one say
Yeah, I can't sing, but I'm gonna do it.
told you they wasn't on
The right track song.
but I kinda like that though.
They're gonna tonight back though.
Think you wanna fight back, so
Let me shut up, I'm talking in circles, I'm watching. This is the ancestors, okay? I done took y'all 2 minutes. This is Sean right here, hunting. This the ancestors talking because the ancestors will, I'm gonna just tell you about, you know, if I'm gonna talk about personal experience. The ancestors, baby, they done swung through my whole life, done saved me, honey. They done saved me so many goddamn times. I had to say, well, okay, what is it? Why I'm here? Okay, why I'm here? I'm gonna pay attention. Tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. Because you done saved me. I'm got 9 lives, baby. Got 9 lives when they say I ain't even like cats. But I'm finding out about them, okay? I'm finding out their power and authority. But, yeah, the ancestors, honey, the ancestors done saved me numerous occasions. Numerous. Yeah. We done all done some really stupid stuff. I know I've done some stupid stuff, made some stupid decisions. I've been out, you know, being young, dumb, living, you know what I mean? And I used to, I wouldn't say I had the real secret, but I didn't fear, you know, I would hang out with the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? Put myself in situations I ain't have no business being in. I mean, because who hasn't been young and dumb? But just the thrill, or not even just the thrill, but just fearlessness. You're just not thinking about the danger that you are putting yourself in. But that's why I am grateful for the ancestors, I'm grateful for the guides, the prayers, the love that done blocked me and scooped me up out of situations, honey, that could have potentially ended my life. From shootouts to car accidents to just crazy shit, you know? So it'll really make you pay attention, like, well, damn, you know, because I done been in some near-death close calls, from driving down the freeway, something just said, look up. I look over. It's a whole wheel tire coming from the other side of the freeway. And I'm like, oh my God. So all I can do is get over real quick. But it's so surreal because before anything ever happens, I'll just look. Someone say, look. And I remember looking in the back of me, and there was a man on a motorcycle, and it was an 18-wheeler on this side. And the 18-wheeler was going on by. And I remember looking at, someone said, look up. Because who just looks up in the sky? You know what I'm saying? While you driving on the expressway, I'm in the fast lane. And I see this shit come over and I just doop, and that tire flew back, and needless to say, my life was saved in spirit. And I thank you, ancestors. I thank you, good Lord. I thank you. I thank you, honey. That's one. Another, I'm driving car, same damn freeway in Fort Worth, 20. Okay, I was on 20 in Forest Hill when that happened. Passing Campus Drive. Yeah. And then another time in Fort Worth, coming around the loop, going to from 20 to 820, 287, yeah, to 820. My tire blew out, and I felt it. And this car started shaking, and I lost control. It just flew. It spun around twice on that curve. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a curve, and it spun around, and I stopped. I hit the railing and stopped, and facing oncoming traffic. And I'm like, ooh, I had to grab my shit real quick. And I hop out, and the lady had pulled over. She's like, I didn't think I was gonna see anybody get out. I'm out in one damn piece. I'm out this bitch. Okay, so that's a blessing. Nobody hit me. I didn't go over, cause I could have went over. It could have been a bad situation, a very bad situation. I'm grateful. Another time it was raining real bad. Really bad. The restaurant, the lights had shut off in the restaurant, and so we finally left. We're in the fast lane, and it's an 18-wheeler right here, and I can see, a little bit. I see some lights, but the lights were in the wrong position, because if we're going straight, why are the lights? I see one light. So by the time I get to where I can see, I have to get over, but it's an 18-wheeler there, so the 18-wheeler got over, and I just barely hit the back end of that truck, because it was like a T in the damn lane, in the middle of the lane. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all doing? But anyways, that was a blessing, because that could have been a horrible situation. There was another time we had went out. We went and got some tacos. What's some tacos? Fuse City in Dallas. With the Fuse City, girl, we had got a good time with the Fuse City. Once we ate, I remember getting on the freeway and you get on 30. I was supposed to be on 30 going west, bitch. I'm going to Fort Worth, Funky Texas. We're in Dallas, downtown Dallas. So last night I remember we were going 30 west. When I recalled, I remember seeing 35 north. I was like, 35 north? Okay. So 30 is this way, 35 is this way. In a way. So another time I remember hearing like, and I see 635. And it said, oh yeah, 635. I was like, 635? This is north. Okay, so if you know Dallas Fort Worth, you know that I am on the total entire opposite realm of where I'm supposed to be going. I'm supposed to be going out of the city of Fort Worth, and I am in North Dallas by the north entry of Dallas Fort Worth Airport, International Airport. I'm like, oh my God, that's so. I had to put the GPS on, and I know my way, but it had been a long night. And I was like, oh my God, this just said like an hour, and so I was like, I could have cried. I was so sleepy. And my friend, this bitch, she knocked the fuck. She was no help at all. Normally you have people with you that can help you stay up. But like I said, it had been a long night, and she out of there. So I'm pushing through. I had, like I said, it was an hour away. So I have to go through so many cities. I'm in North Dallas, Irvin, Las Colinas, Irvin, Bedford, Euless, Fort Worth, Forest, somewhere. I made it finally to Burleson, and I was fine, I was good. And as soon as I went over the damn railroad track, I done made it all that way. I done scraped the goddamn curb. I was blessed though, because the Lord allowed me to make it home. That was the longest ride of my life. And I'm fortunate to have my life after that long ass ride. I do not condone hanging out to where you cannot function and can't get your ass home. But that wasn't nothing but my ancestors and the good Lord and the spirit guides got me home. So why I owe them so much. So I had to find my goddamn self and figure it out, bitch. What you supposed to be doing, ho? Because it's something you supposed to be doing. They done saved your ass these many times. That's just that. Another time, the time that really should have really jolted my ass. A situation had occurred at my home, and I was sitting on the couch. You know, it's like the back door. Okay, yeah, like okay, let's use this as an example. Not even that much, but from here to maybe double this size. Okay, you may can't tell, but it was not very far. So I'm sitting in front, sitting on the couch, and somebody runs in, and they go, and all I hear is pop, pop, pop. So all I can do first instinct is just slide down on the floor. I have my cover, and I just have to lay there, and I can just smell the gunpowder pop, 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 pop. And whomever this is on the other side of the door, I'm praying that they don't come in the goddamn house, because I'm laying on the fucking floor under the cover, and they just pop, 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 unload, pop, 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 pop. So finally it stopped. I don't know how long it was, but they come to find out they loaded a clip, a 9mm clip, reloaded that bitch, shot some more, and then ran off. Because I guess the gun, I don't know. But it was 17 bullets accounted for, and some. And had I got my ass up and ran like a yum, I would have been busted up in the back. And where I was laying on the couch was a bullet right through where my head was. So that ain't nothing but, that's ancestors. Ancestors saves my goddamn life. So I owe them and myself. Like, how can I be ungrateful and want to give up? No matter what life throw my way, because life been like boop, 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 chin checking a bitch, and I just got to because I know it's got to be something greater, like something coming. I'm ready to collect, but I got to figure. I know, but I had to figure out what my purpose was, what I'm actually supposed to be doing here for the Lord to save and spare my life. Like, excuse me, I got some eyes. Excuse me. To spare my life like that, Something got to be said about it. So all I want to share with y'all is my tools, the tools that I use to discover myself and my purpose. And I'm still trying to slide up in that thing, but this was a defining time, and I just want to share. And other folks may wonder, well, how do you find your purpose, or what do you do? It is, everybody's shit is different. Like I said before, I can't tell you what you can do. I can just tell you what I did, and then whatever spirit or whatever your intuition calls you to do, and whatever comes to you, or if you know something, let me know, because I'll take all the tips, honey. I'm trying to figure it out. If it resonates, I go with it and we'll flow with it. But I knew it was something, So for one thing, and there was a few other close calls, but those was just the few I ran down to you that just stood out, because there's been some more, but yeah, just stupid, shit, hanging with the wrong people that was out there living. My mom used to always be like, be careful who you with, because you don't know who might be after them. You know what I mean? You just never know. Never know. And it's the wrong place. I've seen so many people go at the wrong place at the wrong time. I've been, and why would I want to be around people like that? That was another thing that I had to try to figure out. What about me would put myself in those situations, And that was another thing. Those tools helped me discover that, as far as, like I told y'all, I don't know if I spoke about it, but astrology, how diving deep into me and understanding my psyche based on the star, the moon, the planets, because we are the cosmos, but that's another day. But just and people don't believe in it, but how can you believe in something that you never took the time to indulge in, dive in, learn about? If it's just about you, if it's entertainment, it was started as entertainment for me until I actually started putting some shit together, and I was like, okay. And if people knew, that's your birthright to know your birth chart, your natal birth chart. And now I understand why it's so pretty, and you need to hold on to that sacred information, because if people be hating about shit they think they know, if they really knew, bitch, you got to watch your goddamn back. People be trying to kill your ass. So, or some people find out some shit. They know I need to help the world and figure out for their goddamn self, because they might be a little in your ass up in the psych ward or in jail or some shit. Work that shit out. But it's just all about discovery. All about discovery. And what do you think we're here for? We just here to just go to work and shop and eat kiki and bullshit? No, we all have a purpose. And I want to figure it out. So here I am talking to you about it. And but yes, astrology. That was thing. Tapping into my ancestors. I'm doing inner child work, and I'm still trying to learn about me in that area. What my inner child needs, wants, you know, what happened to the inner child to make that needs healing. You know, I'm still working with that. So that's all a part of this discovery. You know, the shadow self, working with the shadow self. Learning how to really embrace your dark side, the places of you that you try to hide or get away from, or we think may be negative, but sometimes we need those things. We need those attributes about ourselves. So I had to learn how to embrace it, when to put it in check, and when to let that shit ride. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about learning yourself. Astrology, tapping into the inner child, the ancestors, learning about them, because they are me. Learning who they were helps me understand what I have to do to break those cycles, like generational karma. I mean, it's so deep, y'all. It is so deep. And I mean, one thing at a time, but the astrology, that birthright, that is your number one thing you just need to know. Your birth location with city and state, the time. If you don't know the time, get the closest time possible, or at least if you know it was the morning and daytime, put noon, nighttime, put midnight. But it's important to know, just run down. And it takes a lot. It seems like it's so intricate and it's really tricky, but it's different parts you need to learn that then they'll mesh together. And I'm still trying to figure that out, but I'll just go one little step at a time and say, okay, and apply it to my life. And there's different apps that you can use that breaks it down. They just type in a free birth natal chart, Cafe Astrology. That is very detailed. I like that one. There's an Astro Future app that I like. There's CoStar that I just recently discovered that is detailed and deep, and I like it. But I'm still learning that. It's something else, but I can't look right now. But yeah. Learn you, baby. And I owe it to myself, I owe it to my ancestors, because they keep me here. The Lord want me to do some work for them. So I got to figure it out, okay? Because they said, girl, you're hard-headed, okay? So that's why I played the trenches in the beginning, okay? Because I felt like that's the ancestors was talking to my ass, okay? That's the ancestors. But we'll touch base. You know, I don't want to keep these videos too long, you know, and I just like to get up here when it's on my mind, and I'll get more in depth and layer it, or leave comments on what you really want me to talk about, so I know where to even start. But yeah, here we go. This is the ancestors gonna talk to you. Love you, Monica. ATL shouted. Then trained you, your girl. Surrender. Jackson. me shut up, I'm talking in circles. I'm watching in plain view. Been saying you, web of the world.
I wish I could save you. Now you're an angel. Street life, it trains you. Don't listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you.
Gang, gang, gang. Gang, gang, gang.
Something I adopted. If they want what's in it, then they feel like an omelet. Environment toxic. I can't breathe. Niggas make me nauseous. Ew. Get the Gucci outfits. Get a couple outfits, bags in the boxes. Find them in the comments. While we shine
Like diamonds, yeah.
Baby, when life get cold.
Superficial, yeah, your life get ghost.
Same one say I hit you right back, girl. Told you they wasn't on the right
Track so.
Better kinda like that, girl. Ain't nothing special, get just like back, girl. I think you wanna fight back, so
Let me shut up, I'm talking in circles. I'm watching.